Do you have a good income but are always broke? Have you been working for years but have little to show for it? In this video, we look at how to break the feast or famine syndrome, begin to build your wealth, and never be broke again. Coming right up. Hi, I'm Manyara Kirago and this is Money Skills, the channel that informs, educates, and sometimes challenges conventional thinking to help you manage your money better and ultimately transform your financial life. If you are new here, please click the subscribe button and the bell icon to be informed whenever I upload a new video each week. Remember to stay tuned to the end of this video to receive a free bonus. A week after payday, most people are broke and it has little to do with their income or the cost of living. If you are one of such people, do you know why you continue to suffer financial difficulties? This may come as a surprise. Your biggest enemy is neither your small income nor inflation. Although these two may be making things worse, for most people, lack of knowledge about how to manage their money effectively, or lack of the moral fiber to do the right thing if they know it, are the root causes of money problems. Ignorance and living in denial are much more hazardous to your financial welfare than a small income or high prices. I'm sure you know of people of similar modest background who ended up in dramatically different financial circumstances. One became rich while the other remained poor. One managed to educate his or her children comfortably, while the other struggled. Yet, the more comfortable of the two may not have been as well endowed intellectually as the other. The story of the most foolish boy in school ending up being rich while the bookworms and the hotshots ending up suffering financial distress is well known. If you ignore the wheeler-dealer overnight millionaire types and observe how wealthy, ethical individuals lead their lives, you will notice some traits that are worth emulating. They cultivate habits such as they spend less than they earn. No matter how little your income is, you have to ensure your expenditure is even lower. If you do not, instead of your financial situation improving over the years, you will find yourself in a continuous downward spiral of money problems. Suppose you notice a nice fridge advertised online, and it looks just right for your needs. You will be contravening the spend less than you earn habit if, in spite of not having enough money in your budget to pay the monthly installments, you decide to buy it on hire purchase anyway, telling yourself that somehow you will make it. You see, money follows the laws of cause and effect. And so by committing yourself to spending more than you're earning, you create a deficit that must be met, most often by borrowing more. This additional borrowing creates an even bigger deficit, and you enter into a downward spiral of debt. Living within your means requires a realistic look at one's income, desires, and needs, and everybody wants more than they can realistically have. What one needs to do is get their priorities in order and gracefully surrender or defer the ones that cannot be accommodated immediately. When going through this exercise, do not forget to consider important long-term issues such as your retirement, ownership of a home, your children's university education. This applies even if you think these goals are too far off to worry about. In fact, if they are far off, this is the best time to take care of them relatively painlessly. Another habit wealthy people have is that they prioritize investing over consumption. Too many people confuse conspicuous consumption with prosperity. You must understand the difference between looking prosperous and really being prosperous. A prosperous person first ensures that he or she has some money saved for emergencies, has adequate insurance protection, and investments for the future. And then after that, he rewards himself with a few luxuries safely and without jeopardizing his family's financial security. The perpetually broke person has his priorities completely upside down. He starts with the most visible and expensive luxuries he can manage to get and a high-cost lifestyle. This usually means borrowing to finance the luxuries and hide loan balances. Emergency savings, insurance, investments are all relegated to some period in future. No matter how much you earn, if this is your lifestyle, you are walking on the edge of a financial cliff. Should anything happen to your job or your business, your family could suffer a painful drop in their standard of living. The wealthy person plays the long game. Yes, they think long term. Many people fail because they think only of what they can do today. They say, I don't have the money for the down payment on a house. Where am I expected to get 500,000 shillings from? It is impossible. It can't be done. The person who is destined for wealth thinks differently. And this is what they say. If I save 6,000 shillings monthly, in 7 years, I will have the down payment. Saving and investing a little every month can enable you to have a huge amount of money in the long term. This is because the earnings also earn money and your money grows at an ever increasing rate. This is called compounding. The wealthy also avoid get-rich-quick gambits. Getting involved in get-rich-quick schemes is the most assured way of remaining poor. The news is full of stories of individuals who have lost their hard-earned money to tricksters while trying to make their money grow unrealistically fast. For any get-rich-quick plan that works, there are thousands that fail, leaving the investor poorer and sometimes in debt. The safe and ethical way to gaining financial security is to save and invest a little at a time in regulated investments and investments that you understand. The wealthy also hire qualified advisors. Making a mistake with your money can be very expensive. To minimize losses, consult with professionals in the relevant field. Information and advice about investments should be sought from qualified investment professionals. Legal issues should be referred to a lawyer. General financial planning, you can get advice from a qualified personal financial planner, and so on. The fees that these professionals charge are paid back 1,000-fold in financial gains. Furthermore, using a professional helps you avoid the devastating, life-destroying mistakes. Another habit is that they plan their finances. If you just drift through life without thinking about the future, you will keep bumping into situations for which you're not prepared. One has to be proactive rather than reactive with their finances. Plan how you're going to take care of your future needs rather than scramble around at the last minute trying to raise funds, for instance, for your child's university education and so on. A stable and secure financial life is not the result of a sky-high income or of low prices. Rather, it is a factor of how much you know about money management, the quality of the professional advice you get, and how much of that knowledge and advice you put into practice rather than living in denial. If you adapt these habits, not only will you have less financial stress, you will also never be broke again. Thank you for watching. Please click the subscribe button and the bell icon to be the first to know when I upload a new video. As a bonus, I have a free report, The Top Money Mistakes Kenyan Professionals Make and How to Avoid Them. To download this free report, follow the link below to my website. I look forward to seeing you next week. Goodbye.